And we are live, guys. How is it going? Vitaly Dubin is here, founder of Bitcoin's Walls Club. This is Today in Crypto Show. Lots to discuss today. As usual, we are doing this show every couple of days to just get you up to speed and get updates about the current market, what is happening with Bitcoin, what we can anticipate, some new developments. And let's start with the coin market cap. You see, is a pretty boring day, guys. I mean, not really much changes at all. Bitcoin is fluctuating, couple dollars here and there, $20, $30 up and down. So it's really not much change. It's almost like a boring market. Of course, if you leverage and multiply your position, you can make something out of it. But it's not. We're not seeing crazy big moves in Bitcoin as of right now, and I'll tell you a reason why in just a second. But we are primed to rise. The market is primed to rise. Just not only on the fundamentals, but also on technical analysis, because we've been falling on a declining volume over the last several months. The bears are running out of steam, okay, and the market is ripe to rise, and I think it will happen as soon as November, with a big explosion leading to December 12th. So first of all, we are seeing 5 reasons why Van X CBOE Bitcoin ETF should be approved by the SEC in 2019, and this is the CBO, the ETF application that we've been sharing about multiple times. That is one of the catalysts why the next bull market will start. The catalyst for the bull market, because of the institutional investors influx of funds into the market, and they recently had a private meeting with the commissioner Elad Roizman, and they seem to alleviate the issues that were concerned by the SEC regards to the approval of the ETF, and they state 5 reasons for that. The number 1 is there now exists significant regulated derivatives market for Bitcoin. Number 2, relevant markets, CBOE, Bitcoin futures, OTC desks are regulated, and that of course is a big thing for them. They're seeking for more regulation. Concerns around price manipulation have been mitigated, consistent with approval to private commodity-based ETPs. CBO rules are designed to surveil for potential manipulation of trust shares and promotes investor protection. So regarding the price manipulation, I think that the reason we are seeing right now such not a volatile market for Bitcoin was very low swings, if at all, is because they wanted to show the SEC that this market is not manipulated, right? That it is stable market and Bitcoin is not jumping up and down like crazy, right? So I think that's the major reason why we're seeing this calmness in the Bitcoin market. But this is just the stillness before the big storm is about to happen. Of course, we have backed in Fidelity. According to Pantera Capital CEO Dan Moorhead, is saying that they're bringing enormous amount of capital into crypto, and I agree with him. Those two like Fidelity managed $7.2 trillion in asset under management. They're recently going full out on crypto, educating their financial advisors to have people invest into crypto as part of their portfolio. And of course, the backed platform that is launching very soon. In fact, we have rumors saying that basically it's unconfirmed by now, but US regulators could approve backed BTC futures launch in first week of November, right? I don't think that the actual futures, BTC futures on backed exchange will start in November. I think it will start, like they publish, on December 12th, 2018. But we can see it being approved in the first week of November, which of course great news. And we have 9 ETFs also planned to be reviewed by the SEC in November 5th, right? So it's really awesome times. In the next 2 months, November, December will be huge for Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency space. And of course, long term, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin can reach over $100,000 by 2020. So that's a big catalyst, of course, for crypto. Lots of money will be flowing into the crypto markets just from those two, Bakkt and Fidelity. I'm not speaking about universities that are investing into crypto funds. I'm not talking about the pension funds. You know, it's just those two can bring a lot of capital that will spike the institutional investors' FOMO. And will Bitcoin and the market rise 5,000% in the next decade? As we are approaching 10-year anniversary for Bitcoin. Since October 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto published this white paper, and Bitcoin was born into the world amidst the financial crisis. We are approaching fast the 10-year anniversary, and you know, the next decade can be a little bit different than the last decade. We have a lot more competition for Bitcoin. We have Ethereum, we have you know, other coins, and it's just going to grow from there. And overall, Nigel Green argues, he is the CEO of financial advisory firm Diver Group. He argues that the crypto market is likely to expand 5,000%, which is 50 times the current amount. 50 times Bitcoin will be about $325,000, right? And 50 times the market will be a $20 trillion market. Will we see a $20 trillion market? I think so. I think there is a high chance that we will see a $20 trillion market in the entire crypto space in the next decade. You know, looking at 10 years, that's a large amount of time. Okay, lots can change, and new technologies can emerge during this time. So we're going to, of course, see what is going to happen. But we will see a price of Bitcoin approaching $100,000 in the years to come. You know, I think it will be as soon as 2020. Okay, so very exciting times ahead for sure. And also OTC, over the counters, those are the places where the whales buy Bitcoin. So those are drying up, and I think they will start coming into the exchanges and buying up Bitcoin from the exchanges directly, which will spike up the prices higher, because they're just keep more buying buying Bitcoin right now over the counter, and they're running out of Bitcoin. So that's another big thing, like big sign that the next bull market is approaching very fast. Okay, we also are seeing the new phone, guys, from HTC opens pre-orders for blockchain based phone. Can be based using cryptocurrency right now, only in cryptocurrencies, and of course a powerful phone, but it will also have something that's called social key recovery feature, and it will be able to store very securely by using what is called secure enclave all of your data, all of your private key, all of your cryptocurrencies, which is super exciting. And MasterCards, believe it or not, wants a patent on fractional reserve cryptocurrency bank, which is so crazy and ridiculous, because Bitcoin enthusiasts, and we all love Bitcoin for their moving away from fiat currencies and debt-related currencies. And because of that, Bitcoin is, and most other cryptocurrencies are regarded as sound money. And the irony that MasterCard is applying for a patent that will use cryptocurrencies in a fractional reserve management of blockchain assets. You read it right. I read this and like, oh my gosh, it is crazy. But on the positive side, if they are going to get this payment network and payment system technologies to work, they're going to unleash a whole bunch of new merchants that will come and use the cryptocurrencies and accept cryptocurrencies worldwide through the network, which is good for adoption itself. So it will be a matter of time if we see the actual fractional reserve blockchain asset management happen or not, but the adoption is definitely going to rise of more and more businesses accepting cryptocurrencies. And what else is on the news? we have this interview, this podcast by Barry Silbert on what Wall Street says privately about crypto is different than what it says publicly. And privately, they are very bullish on crypto. They're buying crypto, you know, kind of secretly behind the hood, and they're accumulating this accumulation phase for Bitcoin, and you will see such a violent rise in Bitcoin very soon with the coming institutional FOMO effect that will happen. So I'm very excited about that. And the Bitcoin dominance may decline, right? It may decline as new contenders will launch their own technologies. But still, Bitcoin is the most stable network up to this day, with the most support, and of course its first mover advantage. And finally, we have a training today on Bitmex. This is a leverage platform where you can trade cryptocurrencies, and I do have a training today on 10 a.m. Eastern time. So if you want to learn how to trade with leverage, then there is a specific strategy that I'm using on Bitmex that I have not lost a single position up to this point, which is really cool and can allow you to grow your BTC using this strategy. So looking forward for that training for you guys. And that's it for today's news. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's have some fun, connect with your families, and overall be on the lookout for the market. Subscribe to this channel, to our Facebook group, be part of Bitcoin's Walls Club. We are a family here. We want to share with you what's working the best to help you grow your cryptocurrencies today. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next videos.